learning from. So it really doesn't stop, right? So we got this little thing that we call a little success journey, right? Oh wow, I didn't mean to open it. It's open right now. You see it open? And what it is, it's actually kind of old. I still got to update it. But certain people just need to see the success before they take action. Don't spend a whole lot of time. Just show it to them and keep it moving. Are you with me? So this is a little book, right? And y'all always hear me talking about Jasmine, right? That's Jasmine right here. That's Jasmine. And this is the Noni house, right? Because Noni bought everything in the house. And all toys that go along with it, right? Now, I'm not bragging. I'm going to tell you how it is. I had a car repossessed from me. I had to go outside and act like it was stolen. It was a 1993. It was a 1993 SL 500 Mercedes, right? When I was in the company called LocalNet, the company went down there, they came and took my car back, right? So I refused to pay a note on the car. I just will not do it. So I go down to the auction. I just go to this Highline auction. This is a 2002 BMW, about 2004, for $38,500. It would cost like 70 grand, right? It was ticking. But see, I already knew that it had the full warranty on it. So I put it on the tow truck, took the BMW, they fixed it. Nobody even wanted to bid on it. Whoa. But I came the day before the auction and did my homework. Am I getting to you? Yeah. Now, the only thing on here I didn't really think about was this Range Rover. Because my daughter's mom, she wanted it. And the girl ain't never asked me for nothing. So how am I going to say no? And the first time she said she wanted, she waited for a good first time. But you know, and then the other cars was me just tripping. I ain't going to even sit here and lie. I bought a Vanquish. I said, I'm going to be like 007 Noni. You remember the license plate? I had 007 Noni. Right? I just went out to outer space. Sometimes I'm thinking what the world was going on. But anyway, I ain't never had no money before, so I was caught up. You know, I'm sorry, right? So anyway, and then we had, this is my sponsor. I'm going to tell you straight the truth. That's his biggest month. Before this biggest month, the guy who he sponsored left the company. Write this down. In our company, if you sponsor me and I quit, all my earnings go to you. His check went from $30,000 a month to this. So did he really want him to come back? Be honest. Yeah. I love the guy. I love the guy. But I didn't want to come back. That would have been me. I said, let him come back a couple years. No other company does that. Guess where that money goes to? The company. Over here, it rolls up to you. It's called dynamic compression. Right? This was James Tucker, another good friend of mine. Right? This was Laverne Hudson, a really good friend of mine, right? Reggie Eric Kennan, Thomas Moran. So this is Andre Parks. So she wouldn't even sit in on her own presentation because she was a molecular biologist. I have nothing to do with this little juice. I have education. I have degrees. I'm not going to listen to the juice. And then Andre, in 1 year, caught her in salad. 1 year. What, now tell me a little bit more about that too. Now she might have had a little ego, but she wasn't stupid. And then she jumped in here and hit triple diamond before Andre did. She's a triple diamond before Andre. Andre's a double diamond. Y'all know that, right? So now, people sometimes need to, they hear, this is my best friend right here, Ron Ross. I've been friends since preschool, right? Did not argue at all. Showed them what we were doing, presented business, he jumped right on it, right? And then Ron introduced this guy, Quentin Williams. Quentin just got inducted into the Millionaires Club while we were in,
Miami.
Yeah, Miami, while we were in Miami. Really it happened when we were in Rome, but he wasn't in Rome, right? And then, the one I'm trying to get to is this one right here. Now, I'm just going to read this to you. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Now, this guy, his name is George, is that Tinkston, right? He says, within 5 years, he acquired and built 5 more franchises in 1989. He has a KFC, right? He has, here we go right here. 45 restaurants. KFC, TGI Fridays, 6 Starbucks, 6 Pizza Huts, Jose Cuervo's, Quiznos, Home Team Sports Bar and Grill. Why would he need this little business? People with money are always the ones who see a way to make more money. It's your broke friends you got to argue with. And you spend all your time arguing with the Ken. Now this is not Ken. I'm just saying that. Just in this example. Ken got it going on over here in case you don't know. You got to see this man's presentation. I'll say that. Right? But the people in that example that when you spend all your time with the Ken, and just keep calling. You keep calling Ken. Just keep calling Ken. Keep calling Ken. Every day. You need to talk to Ken, Barry. You need to talk to Ken. Why haven't you talked to Ken? I sent you his number. Talk to Ken, talk to Ken. I ain't thinking about Ken. I'm working with Herman. Yeah. Then I'm working with Herman's people's people. And while Ken's still out there trying to figure this thing out, you know, we're into heated tripping. Come on now, Leah and Tina. They were right here with it. Y'all remember that meeting I did the first time? Was it this hotel? No, where was it? That thing was bananas, wasn't it? How many people were there? Thousands. They had police there monitoring the traffic. We didn't have a truage scanner. We didn't have maps. We didn't even know what we had. We were so ignorance on fire instead of intelligence on ice. Intelligence on ice will get you nowhere. Ignorance on fire, people just want to come see you burn. You be so hot. I'm making sense. Stop thinking you got to be so overly educated on this deal. You do not. Get the money, come back and research this thing later. Are we clear? Because truage, see guys, here's the thing. We really don't have as much time as we'd like before this thing starts hitting television. We got to hurry up. We got to be in straight crushing mode. That making sense? So when it does hit, we got people in place that can take the influx of people that are going to be coming in. And right now, we don't have that in place right now. I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to fear loss. This is really what's going on right now. Right? So now, then hold up. Then all these people that have jumped out, they're going to jump right back in. But by then, you know, we're going to be rolling. And if they do anything other than what we're doing, we're going to have time to be doing with that at that time. All right? So here we go. So let me back up. Just go through it. A couple other files that are on here. So that's the success book. The quick start training, those questions that I went over, that's right there. truage quick start training. There's an application there. And then there's this piece of paper right here that you make sure you get your name on. Right? So when I was doing that example with Herman, is it load up? I got to double check out. So let me just go back to the photo so you can see it. Who remembers this piece of paper right here? Raise your hand. Did we kill him with the jade sheet? We killed him with the jade sheet. So here's the deal. Y'all ready for this? The company has a minimum set of requirements for you to get a promotion. Does everybody understand that? Yes. It doesn't say you got to have the biggest downline or the tightest people or the most intelligent folks. It says once you hit this requirement, you get the money. Come on now. So that's what we did. I sat down in the basement. We were on the Xbox, right? And then I pulled up my report, and I realized that everywhere that I had 12 people under somebody, they hit J. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3, that's 12. So in Herman's case, every time Herman had personally sponsored 12 people, he was a J. So what should he be focused on? Oh, no, not J, but what? 12 filling out that sheet. So, because see, Herman, are you a father? Yeah, are you a father, right? Yeah. Do you have a job now? To retire. Well, do you have things that you want to do? Sure. So he's got other roles that he has to play. He ain't got all day to play Mr. Nolly Guy. He got to make sure that the 30 minutes or hour that he devotes to his company are maximized. And then he go on and play golf. He retired. He's earned the right to do what he wanted to do. But Herman ain't stupid. Right? Herman see this thing. Are y'all with me? So now, Herman, he says, well, today, I'm not going to stop working this JAC until I get 3 boxes filled. See, that's the kind of goals you got to set for yourself. And once he gets 3 filled, he can take his time off and say, okay, the day after tomorrow, I'm not going to stop working until I get another 3 pills. So about a week, guess what? What's going on? It's new. But guess what? Herman did with Tina. He showed Tina the same thing. So guess what Tina said? Herman got 3 pills a day. Guess what Tina gonna do? I'm gonna do 3 too. And then Tina told Alita. Guess what Alita said? I ain't gonna let Tina leave me. So guess what Alita did? But Alita told my friend right here in the end, and I'm gonna learn your name, I promise before I leave here, what's your name? Julie. Guess what Julie did? How much you get, Julie? So now it's Herman's 3 plus Alita's 3 plus Tina's 3. Come on, y'all, somebody gotta be seeing this. And now you need 40 people with 120 points to be Jay. It ain't you getting a whole doggone 40, that's a job. You got your 3, Alita got her 3, she got her 3. Next thing you know, it's 40 people all together, you get promoted, you don't even know why. Herman standing up in front of the room talking about, Herman, every time you get Jay, you get 15 minutes, Herman up here, well, listen, I don't really know why, I'm gonna use my Herman voice. I don't really know why I'm being rewarded here. I really appreciate it, and I took the check and I took a vacation. You don't even know. And kids still over here trying to break down AGEs and, education products. We over here, cashing checks, coming to the meeting. Who remember having your checkbook with you everywhere you are? Not your checkbook you write checks on. What was your checkbook, Miguel? Checks. They had you had your checks in it. And you were here, hey, look, I don't know. All I know is check. Them things is right here. So now, your focus ain't to just be calling, harassing, and bothering people. It's to do what? Get this what? Hook or crook. Look, if you got to run down the street butt naked, waving a bottle of Max to get people at JC, go ahead and get the embarrassment over. Run real fast so they don't even see your face. Get Jay, put the clothes back on and get the check. Now I'm just tripping right now. What I'm really being honest is, you got to be objective-oriented, not just busy work. So you at the end of the day, you say, well, I've been working today. I said, well, can I give you an example to illustrate this? So this lady called me. I'm not going to use her name, right? She called me, and she got her cable cut off. She got her cable cut off, right? So she was all upset. I thought, well, you watch TV, but that's me impressing my will on her, so I couldn't say it, right? I called it the idiot box, right? Or the boob tube. But anyway, she was sitting there, and she was all upset, and she got her cable cut off. So guess what I did? I don't want to sit there and play that little plum party, poor little old me, plum party. I said, listen, I'm gonna hang this phone up, but before I do, you're going to call me back and you tell me 10 reasons why you're blessed. Now hung it up. So a couple minutes she waited, she called me back and she said, well, I'm blessed that I got my health, I'm blessed that I got my kids' health, I'm blessed that I do have a job, I'm blessed that I got somewhere to live. She just focusing on her freaking cable thing and not all the other great things that are going on in her life. And I said, well, what's going on with your noni business? She said, Barry, it just don't work. My people. If I hear that one more freaking time. They're not your doggone people. You don't own these people. You can't read their minds. You don't know what they're going to do. You just got to listen to what they say and watch what they do. And if it don't line up, move on to the next person. My people just don't get it. I don't understand. So I said, well, let me ask you something. I said, how many people's interest did you pick today? Well, I kind of talked to this girl at my job. I kind of mentioned in the past and just other. I said, so 0. How many people did you pick last week? Do you have a list? Well, not really. I just been calling on my phone. Oh, so now you don't have a list, right? Y'all with me? Yeah. I said, well, how many 2-on-1s did you do with your upline? Well, I really got a job and I got 4 kids. Oh, some excuses. You can either make money or excuses. You cannot make both. Are you with me? Yeah. So no 2-on-1s. Did you have an in-home presentation? Well, Barry, my furniture ain't that great. We try to have an in-home presentation so you can make some money buy some doggone new furniture. Take your furniture out of the room, hide it, throw a sheet on. I'm serious, I don't understand. Don't worry about that. We're going to do this meeting, and then mean, well, all that's going to change. We didn't have the best stuff when we got started. Come on, team. We didn't have the best stuff. That came later. Y'all saw that shack I was living in when I got started in this business, boy? I mean, they were sitting on top of each other. I didn't have no chair. They were standing up. Do you know that when I moved, I left everything in my old house in my old house? I associated that stuff with pain. And then I had some mold issues going on in my house, and I didn't know the mold had got in my chair. I just left it at the house. I loaded up the truck, and I'm with Alfredo, swimming pool, movie stars. I bought all new stuff. That's a true story, right? I just left that stuff because I didn't know, right? And people always ask me about my trust for Andre. When I was moving out, Jasmine was in my car with Andre. I was in the truck with the stuff. That's my level of trust with that dude. That baby, y'all know me, that baby didn't leave my dog on sight. So I'm just trying to get you to understand, it was about that relationship. Are y'all with me? So anyway, I can't even think about what I was talking about. What was that? So anyway, can y'all realize how important this piece of paper is? It may be the most important piece of paper in the whole business. It ain't got nothing to do with advanced glycation end products and all that kind of stuff. All you're going to do is confuse people. Did you know that during the whole presentation I never mentioned that word? Did you notice that? Now it just happens to be in here because you can read it. But I don't even want to bring that up. I don't want to bring up the preservative. That's another new preservative in my book. Right? Or iridol. So I'm been down preservative, iridol, and then we advanced glycation. That is crazy. I'm talking about end of life mark. I want to scare them into the test. Are y'all with me? Because it's the same thing. So now, hey, we're involved in one of the most powerful industries today. It's called the bioactive industry. This industry provides you with natural bioactive products. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to do it to people who've never seen it before. Are you with me? And as they're sitting there talking about, shoot, she made $1,000, she can't even read, I'm going to get it. They ain't going to say it out loud, but I guarantee you they're going to be thinking. Because everybody thinks it's about how you perform. It's not about that, it's about doing the work. You can dig a hole with a spoon, you can dig a hole with a shovel, or you can dig it with one of them claw things. But the same thing is you digging a hole. The person who dig the holes the quickest gets to the goal the quickest. Oh, I don't want to use no shovel. I got to have a brass shovel with a gold handle. Well, you stop tripping, right? so anyway, right? The other things that are here, this is a price list sheet. This has the wholesale and retail prices of everything. Ramon Cornwell made this. If you want to understand the positions, it's right here. This is I want to say the owner's manual. What am I trying to say, y'all? Help me out. The policy manual. It has all the breakdowns of everything in a position, but you don't need to know that. Why do you need to know the breakdown of black pearl and you're a doggone crow? Well, I can't, until I know all the positions, I can't talk to my people. Yeah, you go with my people in. Set your people free. All right. Are you with me so far? Yeah. So now, if you really want to start getting good at it, right? Because Andre literally, when he does his presentation, he's following this format. Test me on this. Get on his Tuesday night call and listen to him. I guarantee you he's reading this. Because you don't want to take the time to even memorize it. Because you may leave something out. But the more and more you read it, the better you get at it. I have never done a conference call where I have my cheat sheet right there in front of me. You can't see it because I'm on the phone. But the thing is, I really want you to see me doing it. I want you to see me pull up in the Bentley, get out the car, come in there with my hot watch on, looking suave and read the doggone sheets. And you say, guess what? As soon as I read this shit enough time, I'm going to pull up in my car, get out with my homie out, and then I'm going to tell somebody, guess what they're going to do? They're going to pull up in there, and next thing you know, everybody got business outside. Everybody wondering what we doing. All right, but whatever car you want. Maybe you don't like cars. Maybe you want, $20,000 handbags. I don't know, $2,000 pair of shoes. Whatever it is that gets you going. But at least you know you did it right when you earned it, right? Let's talk a little psychology here, then we can get out of here. All right? I'm going to start right here. This is this slide right here. So now, I'm going to talk mindset real quick. This right here, for me, this is the most important slide of today, as far as I'm concerned. Are y'all with me? So I hope you take some notes on this. there's some values that you're going to have to kind of get in place right now. Now, basically, he's a friend of mine, but he's also a mentor with Stephen Covey. Y'all know he recently passed, right? He said there are basically 6 areas of your life that you want to get in order. The first one being spiritual. Are you with me? Yeah. And here's the thing about spiritual and the thing about life. The thing about life is you're going to get out of it alive. So if you know you're not going to stay here forever, even though we're going to extend that time with truage, wherever you're going, in my mind, you want to make sure it's cool when you get there. That's all I'm going to say about that. Right? Mental. Right? You don't want to be here all twisted up here. Am I making any sense? Now the thing about working on yourself, and I always say this to people, a person with a chip on their shoulder used to have a block of wood on their neck. That's where the chip fell from. But the people who really getting it done, the people that I admire are some of the humblest people you would never even know they had money. Are y'all with me? And the thing is we got to model ourselves after the people that we want to be. And I tell you, I want to be like John Walker. I've never met anybody like John. John just, he just really. They did this research on him before he went and did the thing when they had the tsunami. You remember when we loaned him to? And they were going all the way back to his childhood, asking him, has he ever cheated on a girlfriend? Who, John? Oh no, never. I was like, ooh. I mean, look, I'm grown now. We're talking about like in grade school, 2nd, 3rd grade. They couldn't find no dirt on this dude. I was like, wow. So anyway, is this something that we need to work on? If you think you got it all figured out, and all the evidence to the contrary is right around you, what is going on? Are you with me? Why are the sharpest people always working on themselves? Because they're trying to do what? They're trying to do what? They're trying to improve. You're never going to stop learning. Einstein was always trying to improve. Am I making any sense? Business, right? What is it to have all the money in the world and be dying because you haven't been taking care of yourself? I love that example that Cedric used. Can't even make it from the bed to the bathroom. Got all the money that they dreamed of having, but they didn't take care of this. Are you with me? What about social? Who want to have some people that care about them around them when you got the money? But you didn't step over everybody, mistreat everybody, cuss everybody out, do all these wrong things to make your money, because there's a lot of people out there treating people that way. And then those are the people that, on their last day on earth, it's them and the nurse. When my grandmother passed, you couldn't even get in the room. You couldn't get in the room. I remember I told you I was coming from a meeting, right? She had been gone about 15 minutes. I was through. I was through, y'all. But I'm going to tell you what God spoke to my heart. He said, Barry, the reason I put it on your life is because some of these people in this room got to spend the last 15 minutes with her. You had all those years with her, but you had to trade the last 15 minutes. I said, okay, God, that's cool. That's cool. Right? You can give me out that job. I used to wash my grandmother's car. I had money. She used to like to see me doing that little stuff for her, though. It was just something about she used to like that kind of stuff. I picked her up. I remember the first time I took her to a nice restaurant, and she ordered salmon. And it didn't come out padded. Came a big old block of fish. Oh, I can eat that. I ordered salmon. I said, Mama, that's great. That's salmon. This is important. Right? What about this? Emotion. That one person to spend the rest of your life with and enjoy your success with. Right? But because we're so caught up in ourselves, we're running folks off. See, here's an indication if you got social out of whack. If a group of people are talking and having a good time, they just laughing, and then you walk up and they disperse, you might need to work on that social area. Are y'all feeling it? Right? And then last but not least, and notice that it's last is what? Financial. Because check this out. If you got this in order, and you know you're going to heaven, and you got all your mental faculties, and you look like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you got all the friends that you care about with you as we go into all these places that me and Tina and Alita and Ken and all these places we've been together, right? And you got to love your life. You don't even need no money. Your life was a success. That's right. But here's what I had to find out the hard way. Does it cost money, Doc, to run a church?
Yeah.
Church is a business. Am I making any sense? Does it cost money to run a church? Yeah. They got the builder's fund, the pastor's fund, the pastor's wife fund, the pastor's dog fund, the travel fund, this fund, and that fund. I'm not beating up the church, I promise you I'm not. But it's a business, and you do reap what you sow. Am I making any sense? And I'm kind of making fun of it, but I'm not, because I understand that it's a business, right? Does it cost money to build this right here? Who's ever been to one of those workshops? Anybody ever done the Anthony Robbins thing? I know somebody, that thing costs $10,000. The one in Beach. Are y'all with me? Does it cost money to buy these books and tapes and all this stuff to work on yourself? Yes. What about keeping yourself physically fit? Does that cost money? Yeah. To get gym memberships, to eat the good food, to get the good stuff. Does it cost money? What about What about the social side? You think friends want to be around somebody that's broke, disgusted, and negative all the freaking time? No. Or they want to be around somebody that's positive and happy and doing stuff that they want to do and make them feel good. When you show up, everybody feel good. See, that's the kind of feel, that's like, in my mind, that's really how I hope that my friends use it. When I show up and I see a leader, and like when I just saw Tina, I got happy, because that's kind of, I hadn't seen her in a while, right? But that's kind of how we are together. I'm happy to see Tina because I've been around her long enough and I know the type of person that she is. But if you sit down and somebody walk in and say, God, why Tina show up? How did meet till Tina got here? Look at Barry got here. Look at, oh God, Barry, I'm leaving. That's your hang up. Right? Does it cost money to an emotional relationship? Be honest now. Because I'll break this emotion down if you want to. Because that's can I keep it real? That's the area that I've always had the biggest challenge with. Are y'all with me? I'll sit here in a minute. Until I started working on me. Because check this out. When it comes to an emotional relationship, your kids will be the first one to clue you in there's something wrong. You sitting around the house playing Xbox, and we ain't got no food, and you think your kid, look, Daddy, I love you, but you need to go get a job. We hungry. They'll hit you. They don't care. They do that. They brutally honest sometimes. You know, Daddy, I saw Mama kissing somebody else, and it wasn't you. So now, here's what I learned out. This is what I learned. Sometimes you have to put these on hold just for a little while, get this fixed, then you can really, really enjoy it. When you can dump a bunch of money in a collection plate and not go around bragging, I put $3 grand in the plate today. That's not the whole point to put it in the plate for you to turn around and tell everybody you did it. Are you with me? It's for you to be able to do it and realize what it got you. See, it ain't that you get to donate 10%, it's that you get to keep 90%. And some people just miss that. Are you with me? 90, you try that at any other institution anywhere, you can keep 90. So anyway, I'm going to leave that alone, right? Is this important? This is why we out here building this business, so we can do this right here, right? So now, write these questions down, because these are important. Do you know what you really want? Write it down and dream big. You got to have a why. My why was really, really easy. I refused to let Jasmine go out like what they were telling me, how her life would be. That wasn't going to happen. I mean, sometimes I wonder where I would be in this business had things not happened the way that it happened. Because Barry had messed up so many times in so many different businesses. I'm trying to communicate this, but I hope I'm doing a job of it. That when Jasmine came along, she was the thing that forced me to have to do right. Because her life was more important than my ego, and I didn't have time to, y'all, I mean? Y'all know they cut my gas off. She was like 8 months old. I was in another network market, and I switched my service over to their power service. They got all screwed up, so they cut my gas off. So now here I am, this is an 8-month-old, her mom. I didn't know how to take care of no 8-month-old. You know what I'm saying? My daughters were grown. Their mom, here I am, I'm Mr. Mom with no gas. But I'm a big dog. I got a degree. I got a degree in industrial engineering from Georgia Tech. Now, y'all never heard that until just this month. I don't care nothing about that. That was just the people out here trying to make themselves look good in the process of doing nothing positive and constructive. Now, cut my dog on gas, so I got this little girl in the house. So now I got to put her in the doggone stroller because something's going on with my car. I got to roll her up to Sears and buy a hacksaw with the money that I took out of the piggy bank, the quarters, and come down there, and I couldn't cut the lock because whatever that lock is made of, it's hacksaw proof. Trust me on that. I couldn't cut the lock. I had to cut the loop that held the lock. It went right through the little loop, so the loop fell off, the lock fell out, and I turned the gas off. And then the next day, my old partner called me about knowing. And I was like, look, I don't care what you're doing at this point. I got to do something because this is messed up. And the only person that's responsible for messing it up was me. It wasn't Jasmine's fault. She didn't ask for this. She just showed up. And I was happy that she did. Are y'all with me? So here I am, lock cut off. I just started calling everybody. I called Jabari, he showed up. Christian Shropshire showed up. Quinn came through. Ron Robinson couldn't make it, but I went to his house the next day. All this while, Jasmine right there with me while we're doing the presentation. The old partner came over, he laid the thing out. He wrote everything down in the book. We had only been in the business like a week. We didn't have no PowerPoint. So he had to read the presentation. Out of the 22 people that were there, 9 of them jumped in the business. Boom, my first check was like $600. So I had to pay my mama back. I told her she came out of the ATM, I had to pay my mama back. Still didn't have enough money to cut my gas on. But they hadn't came by and checked on my house because they knew they had a lock on, so they were skipping my house. I'm gonna make sense. Yeah. So I had just enough time until they noticed that lock was off. So what I did was I stuck the lock on there and I put a twisty tie so it just stayed in there so it didn't fall off. And then I went to work. I did the first tea party at Quinn Wiggins' house. Are y'all with me? And then I did the next one at Malcolm Huger's house. And then I did one at Christian Shropshire house. I had to take my shoes off because of her beliefs. And I had a big old hole in my socks. I had to roll that hole to the bottom. And just make sure I just walk like this right here. Are y'all feeling? Yeah. And just ain't no rags to riches story that ain't what I want you to practice. I want you to understand where I was. And sometimes you just got to get mad with your situation. And I was mad with my situation because I had a degree. And I had all this education. Here I was, gas cut off, 9-month-old. What am I going to do? And my car wasn't working right. I ain't had no time to be messing around and experiment with all you. Let me send out 1,000 cars. And let me make a website. All right, you go do that. I'm going to talk to you. You want to roll? Let's roll. You want to roll? I'll call you later. You want to roll? You want to roll? You don't want to roll? Okay, I'll call you later. You want to roll? You want to roll? No, you want to roll? No. You want to roll? You want to roll? Okay, that's it. All right, so we roll. Come on, Tina. Am I making this up? Somebody jump in here and stop me. If you sneeze the wrong way, with Jasmine sitting there in the house with no heat at first, you was getting straight. You guys say Iggy or straight Iggy. You can't call me and talk me. Not right now. That's where I am right now with truage. That's exactly where we are. Am I making any sense? So now here we go. Right? You got to dream big. What do you want? Write it down. Write it down. I put building plans for this house that I want to build up on my wall. My friends thought I had lost my freaking mind when they walked to my 1,500 square foot house and saw plans for a 6,000 square foot home. I just moved out of that house into the one that I'm in now. You got to dream big. Don't be talking about, well, if I can just get enough money to come tomorrow. That's my dream. Then you get that, and then you don't put nothing else on your dream sheet. Right? Are you willing to work for what you want? That's the question. Are you willing to work for what you want? You doing it right now? You're working, but often you're not getting what you want. I'm not telling you to quit your job, but I'm telling you to be the best employee that you can be. And you get to walk away on your terms, not on theirs. Don't go there and be messing all up and wind up getting fired because some Barry said, because you ain't moving in with me. So let's, I'm just kidding. So now, are you willing to make time right now for what you want? It's building a consistent hour a day. It don't take all this time if you're doing the way we laid out with Herman in that example. It don't take a whole lot of time. I'm making sense. You just got to be consistent with it. And just even when the results, I'm sorry, even when the results are not the results that you want to get that day, you don't let that stop you. Because you're going to get better over time. You got to be bad before you're good, good before you're great, and great before you become a legend. Andre Parker's a legend in his business right now. But trust me, when he was doing those meetings in my house with that Goodyear uniform on, them all the hands, he was not great. But that didn't stop him, right? Do you have a business ownership of investment that is proven to get you what you wrote down in question number 1? If you're talking about you want a 6,000 square foot home and your boss is living in 3,000 square foot, oh no, you ain't, you're in an environment where people are getting 6,000 square foot. You got to put yourself in that environment. Are you in the environment right now that people are getting what they want? Tell me out, somebody. Yes. I mean, I can take you and show you, look, I went to Floyd Holman's house. It messed my head. It messed my head. That door was like 20 feet tall. It was like this thick. That doesn't mean we look qualified as a house. What is that thing? That thing like a castle. And it's paid for. Are you with me? So this is where you start. Are you with me? So now that you really know what you want, I've already kind of given you the plan. The plan starts with the J sheet and you doing the presentation. Are you with me? That's all you need to do right now until you hit J. Because I'm going to show you a slide here on why that's important, right? I'm going to make this really, really quick right here. People who fail in this business, all they do is put their time and focus on concerns. Because people sign up real quick. That's all they talk about. What my friends and family might think. Rejections, getting no's. Some people hate to hear that word no. Ladies, if men hate to hear that word no, there would be no husbands in here. Am I telling the truth? Those no's got to roll off you like water off a duck's back. All right? Do I have the time? Now, this will kill me right here. This one kills me right here. Okay? People come to me and admit to me that they don't have all the money that they want. Are y'all with me? That the money is fun. But they say, I ain't got no time to look at your little thing. How you going to be broke with no time? How you going to be busy being broke? How you going to be busy being broke? I'm going to tell you what I learned. I learned. It's like the guy at the circus with the plates on the stick. They got, job, church, children, little fun, wait a minute, job. You know what I'm saying? And they so inundated with stuff that's just gobbling up their time, they're not even realizing they're not getting what they want. Because all they're doing is this right here. They're just doing this right here. And it ain't that simple. I'm not asking you to do this. I'm just sharing with you what happened with me and the people that I was working with. I just poured noni on my plate and said, no. I didn't have no job, so no. Y'all know. Sometimes you got to be noni. And then I sat down with, at the time, Tiffany, right? Tiffany was like maybe 8, my oldest, right? I was like, Tiffany, listen, I know you used to go to the movies and stuff every Friday, so I'm going to need about a year off. Because I got something I got to do. But once I get this accomplished, I'm going to be all yours. What do you think she said? Okay. Yes. I told Tiffany and my mom, the only 2 people who I asked. I didn't care what my sister or my cousin, I didn't care what they thought. It was just a couple of people who was opinion, because I had some people like that if you blow up, guess what they're going to say? You're lucky. If it don't work out, guess what they're going to say? I told you so. You can't win with them. You can't win with them. So why do you even waste your time? Right? Do I have the money? This is the reason we're doing this. Do I have the money? Right? Am I too young or too old? Will it work? The company messed up. Right? No shows. That's all people kill me with the no shows. You punishing the people that were there on time, looking out the window, waiting for the no shows. Oh, just give me like 5 more minutes, Barry. Come on now. I know they gonna get here. Like that one person that is late, that makes a habit of being late, when all these other people who are always on time, who conduct themselves that way, are being punished. Don't punish the people on time for the people that are late. Just trust me on that. You lock that door. The next meeting that we have, don't let them in. Watch them show up on time next time. They'll either go away or they'll show up on time. In Atlanta, we lock the door. You can't get in until we start the testimony. Who don't tell the truth? But there was a time that we didn't even open the door. All right? What others are retailing products for them, crying over past due bills, crying over past opportunities that did not work. You think this ain't my first rodeo? I was in Amway, Primerica, LocalNet, ETV, ACN, One World Online. I keep going. I just decided that this was the one that I had the emotional attachment to. It wasn't just the money, right? Let me tell you what happens, right? When you can focus on things that you can change. You can focus on making your list. Are you with me? You can focus on picking interest every day with people that you know, with new people, instead of talking to the same type people. You can focus on things like doing more presentations than anybody else. I give my old partner more credit. He would outwork you, boy. I'm gonna tell you. He was a machine. I don't take credit from where credit. He was a machine, but right now, Andre Park and me, we're in the same mode right now. I was all over the place yesterday when I carried. We were doing meetings all day yesterday. I got back here at almost midnight. Right? I wasn't mad. I ain't got no job. I'm sleep till I get tired of sleeping and get up. Plug into all the conference calls. How many do you want to plug into? All of them. Don't talk about, I just want to get on this one and that one. You're trying to put new people in front of the presentation every chance you get. Find out when Ken Franklin's doing his. I was a guest on his at 6 a.m. Find out when Andre's doing his, when I'm doing mine, when Ken Roller doing his, and plug your new people with guests on every call that's going on. Every chance you get. Who wants to know how to really get it done? Raise your hand. Start your own call. Start your own. I wouldn't sit around and wait for somebody to do a call for me. Stop thinking do for me and think do for you. Am I hurting anybody's feelings? All right, so let me keep going, right? Self-improvement. Stop working on you. If you think you got it all figured out, and you're the best you that you can be at this moment, you're in a whole world of hurt right now. When your bank account is evidence that you ain't the best you. And if your bank account is up, you need to raise your doggone expectations of what that little money I got in the bank is seed money for this truage thing. Am I making any sense? Right? And keep thinking about your goals and your dreams, right? And attend as many of the events that we have. Every time you get a tie, it's somewhere, go to that event. And I love the fact that my Ohio friends came up from Ohio. And they were on time. Early. You know what I'm saying? You live down the street. Late every time we have a meeting. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. You're always late. Oh, it's the snow. I didn't have no gas. You knew yesterday it was going to snow. You need the gas. You didn't say that when you got to work, did you? You right up in there. Because you're valuing your boss's thing more than you value your own. See, when you focus on the things that you are concerned, this is what your life looks like. You can't change all those things, people not showing up, people saying no. So now you spend all your time thinking about what you don't want, and you have a very unhappy life. And when you can focus on the things that you can influence, guess what starts to happen? You start getting better, and your concerns start going away. So when I cut that lock off my gas, by the time they came around to see that it was cut, I had the money to pay them. So what I did was I took this stuff called JB Weld. Who knows what JB Weld is? It's these two things, you put them together to turn into metal. And I reshaped the little lock loop, and then I sanded it, and then I spray painted. I'm not making this up, y'all. And I spray painted that lock, and put that lock back on there and called and said, you need to come cut my gas back on. Yeah, been on for like 3 months. Are y'all with me? You get solution oriented, right? So then I started doing more tea parties, and then this is what happened. I loaded up my truck and moved the apparatus to a 6,000 square foot house with 0 furniture in it. I was not taking any of that stuff that I associated pain with to this new place. I'm not making this up. I got an 84 Corvette in my garage in my first house. Just in there. It's got mold all in it. I wasn't thinking about that car. I'm still not thinking about it. Are y'all feeling me? I had elevated myself past that stuff. You know, that was old, broke Barry stuff. Clothes and stuff, all that stuff was in the house right? You're happy, you're excited, you're enjoying yourself. Are you with me? So now, guess what your concerns are? Where am I going to invest this money? How am I going to create a tax shelter? Where we going on this business retreat team? Because we've already been to Hawaii twice. We've been to Tahiti twice. Where we going to? Now we're going to China. I don't even know how to speak Chinese. I'm going to be there. Yes. But guess what? I'm going to be right up in China. Yeah, with me. When you focus on the things that when you focus on your influence, you're uncomfortable. Who remember the example that I gave you with your thumb? So when you're focusing on doing tea parties, even though, come on, can I just keep it real said? Oh, I just had a brain lapse. What's your name again right now? Now. Now, thank you, Now. Yeah. Now, to be honest, did we have a good time last night?
We had a good time.
Was it a good time? Did it really seem like we was working? No. It did not. Our tea parties fun to leave. Our tea party team. It don't even seem like we working. We get in there and we're laughing and having a good time. And next thing you know, Seven got applications filled out laying on the table. They stop laughing and say, hold up, how did my credit card get down there? And you got to do that. You got to keep them fun. They got to be energetic. People don't want to go somewhere where it's not fun, right? So now, so it's uncomfortable. Well, guess what leads to a life of what? This is what I call a 3%ers. You got to be a 3%er. This is what 97% of the population does, right? They focus on their concerns. Why my people ain't showing up? You don't know about my people. And guess what? They spend all the time placing blame instead of getting it done, and this is what happens to their life. And they just keep carrying it over from company to company, relationship to relationship, experience to experience. And then they wonder why their life is not changing. Because they never change. And their life is not going to change until what? Until what? Until they change. You are a result of where you are. It's nobody's fault but yours. If you say it was your ex, you weren't hooked up with him. You didn't have to. You could have left him alone. First time he hit you upside the head, you could have said, I'm gone. If I'm crossing the line, somebody stop. I ain't never hit a woman. I never will. Because my dad used to hit my mom, and I refused to do it. It messed me up in that category. I have hit 911. I ain't gonna lie on that. But I ain't never hit a woman. I'm proud of that fact, right? Now, your commitment. So now you gotta have a burning desire. You gotta have a belief that what you want will happen, right? Then you gotta have the attitude that goes along with it, not cockiness, but confidence. Are you with me? And then you gotta have focus. You can't be all over the place doing all these different things, right? Then you gotta have a sense of urgency, especially now that we got Max and the truage scanner. Are you with me? You want to get this done before we have a permanent scanner in Detroit, Michigan. Because by then, everybody who was getting it done got all their people in front of yours. Am I making any sense? Yes. And you gotta have a work ethic. This has gotta be a focus one, right? So listen, stay off the emotional roller coaster. This kills me right here. You come to a meeting, guess what? You jacked. You're all excited. Who knows that feeling when they first got started? Then they had their first tea party. They didn't do nothing we asked them to do. They sent out, flyers and all this kind of stuff. They saw what I did with Herman, right? Right? So nobody showed up. Nobody. So guess where you are now? At the bottom of the roller coaster. Oh, this thing don't work. I know. Then guess what? One person had a flat, they showed up, they signed up. So now you're back up to the top. You're all excited. But guess what? Their credit card didn't go through. Right back down to the top. Right? And then you talk to a few other people, right? They get started, but they get started as just one bottle of customers. You're going to be going through, so now you're up and down, up and down. You got to stay right here in the middle. You don't get excited. Or you don't get too down. Just watch what people, you listen to what they say, but do what? Watch what they do. Are you with me? And just keep looking at your report. If your report's not changing, then what you're doing is not working. Are you with me? Yeah. All right, I see y'all, I'm about to lose y'all. So let's talk about the office end, right? When it comes to running the office that we're going to have here in Detroit, pick your guests up. Guess what I found out about picking your guests up? 100% of the people I picked up showed up. 100% of them. To get out of the presentation, they had to jump out of moving bills. And while you're in the car, don't sit there and tell them the whole business while you're in the car. Put them in dream mode. Man, you saw how this thing happened in Detroit back in the day. I mean, if this thing happened for you, a leader, what you gonna do? I mean, where would you go? How would you spend your time? You know, what would you do for your kids? You know what I'm saying? Put them in that mode. Because if you tell them everything on the phone, what's the value of them coming to the opportunity? You done took it from them. You done gave $1 billion business a $5 presentation. Right? Arrive early. Don't come and just quick it in here. Arrive early. Yeah, that's right. Don't greet before it greet. Please pay your dues. Just kill him right here. You've been coming here for 3 years talking about your guests. Jay talking about your guests because you don't want to pay a little $10. And you don't realize you reap what you sow. And that's how you do everything in life. You're always trying to get by on folks. And all the only thing is hurting you. It ain't hurting us. No one person should be responsible for paying for the room. That's why we all chip in. That is duplicated. Are you with me? Because if this room costs $100, right, or $200, whatever it is, and then 20 people chip in $10, we got to cover. Ain't nobody coming out of their pocket. And then you got your guests with you to do a professional presentation, to witness one that you didn't have to pay for. Are you with me? And there are 3 people signed up, and you didn't want to pay your little $10, and you just got $300 and back in the case. Come on, y'all. Don't put the person on the table. Because you know, if Tina sitting there, Tina know you was here. There you go, talking about you again. $10, right? Introduce your guests to other people. Offer them something to drink. It's something about offering people something to drink. It just, they'll be sitting there with their arms all crossed, and then you walk up and say, here, I just got you some water. Right? And then they got to uncross their arms and drop it. No, I'm just kidding. And it makes them comfortable. What's the first thing that we were trained to do when somebody comes to your house? Offer them something to drink. It's something that's kind of been conditioned into you, so offer them something to drink. Introduce them to people, make them feel comfortable, right? Ask if they need a convenience break. That's what I was saying, you know, do you gotta go pee? Because during the presentation, we don't want them to get up. But if you absolutely find yourself in a position that you gotta go because you didn't, just cross your legs, get excited until the end of the presentation. Are you with me? And then as soon as it's done, but don't get up and say, oh, excuse me.